Hi guys, thanks for watching this video. As YouTube just changed their settings, they no longer begin playing this video in high quality, so you need to go down to your settings and change it to the highest quality in order to enjoy this video. If you're watching this on a computer, you can click on the screen and drag it to move the camera position, or you can also use the WASD keys to rotate the camera. If you're watching this on a mobile device, on the top right corner there's a three-dot button. Make sure you press that, go to your quality settings, and make sure it's turned all the way up to 2160s. You can rotate your phone or mobile device to rotate the position of the camera, or you could also just touch and drag the screen to move it around. Okay, I hope you guys enjoy this video, but make sure you do this first or you will not enjoy it. Thanks.
Yep. Should've.
What's that?
I didn't grab that checklist.
Where was it?
I left it in the binder. I forgot we have to do
Here's
the
mine.
binder. Okay, perfect.
Make sure there's no seatbelt tags hanging out, and I don't know that door shut good. Yeah, you can't hold the handle. There you go. Yeah, otherwise it'll pop open.
Scary. So we have 4 starting engines, pre-flight complete, seats adjust and lock.
I am good.
I'm good. Belts harness, fuel shut-off valve on.
Alright, so actually check it.
Double check. Still on. Radios are off.
Make sure you're checking it. Just because the radio isn't have anything lit, it's off the master switch, so we want to make sure that it's actually off. There you go. So just you're going to turn the volume.
Okay.
Because we don't want it to come on when we hit the master switch to the on position.
Okay. And that's this guy?
Correct.
Okay. And then electrical equipment off.
Except for the nav and beacon, so just
Nav and beacon
we'll
are
leave
on.
those on.
The other ones are off.
Yep.
Okay. Circuit breakers are in.
Alright, check all the breakers.
Roll look in. Brakes test and set. Engine mixture rich.
Okay. Mixture here. Go ahead and
So
richen that up.
all the way in.
Yep.
Carburetor heat cold.
Alright, so push that in, just make sure it's all the way in. It is good.
Okay. Prime as required.
Don't need it, it's been run.
Okay. Throttle open 1/2 inch.
Yep.
All the way back. 1/2 inch in.
Might be too much. Barely crack it. Just bring it all the way back and just barely crack it. There you go. You want to be able to adjust it, so you don't really want it too tight. There you go. Just some people will crank it way down and then it won't start because you can't add any throttle.
Okay. Propeller area clear.
Alright, looking out and then call clear prop.
Clear prop.
Make sure you open your window though, because it's more for the people outside than it is for the people inside.
Okay. Clear prop.
There you go.
Then turn on our Okay. Master switch on. Ignition switch start.
Alright. Make sure your brakes are set, top part of the pedals. And you're going to use, hold on just a second, you're going to use your left hand on the key, right hand on the throttle. Because then you can't adjust the throttle. If it starts racing, you don't have any hands to grab that. Feed a little bit of throttle in, a little more. Alright, hold that. We're just going to see what the throttle's at. Alright, a little bit, and hit it right there. Now hit it. 1,000 RPM right away. Oil pressure, amps. Radio's on.
All the way. There you go. That's before takeoff, so that's the run-up stuff. So we don't need it. We gotta stop there. Alright, you got me on comms? Yep. Alright. We're going to have to lean the mixture about an inch for our altitude. Okay, so bring it back about an inch. There you go. That's going to be for taxi for right now, and then we'll set it down and run up. Alright, let me know when you have the controls.
I have the controls.
You have the controls.
What runway are we going to?
You tell me. Look at your windsock out there, and then see which way it's going.
So we probably want to go to runway 18?
18 works.
Okay.
It's pretty much right in between 18 and 26, so it's 18's going to be a better use right now. Alright, add a little bit of power. There you go, reduce the power now after it starts rolling. And start going left. You might have to tap a little brake just to get it started if it doesn't go. And bring that rudder, add a little power. Alright, clear left and clear right, keep going. We got to keep going left. I got to come back to the right. Go on the other side of the yellow line. We have a little bit of a crosswind. It's pushing on the tail. And that's going to help you taxi it a little easier. So go on the other side. Okay. And that'll help you out. Just a little bit. There you go.
Yeah, it throws me off when you run out of rudder and you gotta tap the brake. That's kind of where I'm like, okay, am I going the wrong way?
There's some aircraft that's how you have to steer the nose because it's got a cast ring nose wheel. So you have to use asymmetrical braking. So yoke's going to go all the way forward and to the right. All the way to the right. Wind's going that way. So what we want to do is we're going to have it set up for ground taxi.
Comanche 6361 Papa, taking runway 18 left cross.
For ground control, flight controls. Alright, keep going all the way down to the blue sign. Go to the right. Keep going right. And we're going to start going left now. Start that left turn. And straighten out the nose wheel before you stop. You want to do that before. Because what's going to happen otherwise, so now add a little bit of throttle, it's going to be hard. See how it's wanting to go left and it's hard to get that started. So if we started in the center, then it helps out.
Okay.
And also too, you reduce the risk of popping a tire because it can roll it off the rim and pinch the tube. So.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead and go through your checklist.
Okay. Hey, parking brakes set.
We're just going to hold the foot brakes.
Our cabin doors are both closed.
I am locked and latched.
Okay. Flight controls free and correct.
All right. Thumbs up, ailerons up. Up on the right, down on the left. Up on the left, down on the right. Okay.
Flight instruments set. We got our trim set to our takeoff position.
Hold up just a second. Which are we doing? Are we doing trim or are we doing flight instruments?
Oh, I'm sorry. Flight instruments.
No, I just want to make sure because so flight instruments are going to be your altimeter and your heading indicator.
Okay. Our altimeter set to...
We want 3,060 feet is about where we're at here.
Okay.
So put the little needle here just past the 50 mark. Just turn it. Keep turning. A little more. There you go. And then set your heading indicator to the compass.
Okay.
We've got 190. So push and turn. You have to push in kind of hard on the spring. There you go. Go 190. Keep going. Good. Right there.
Okay.
All right. Flight instruments are set.
Okay. Fuel shutoff valve. Third check. Still on.
It's that important. That's why we're checking it multiple times.
Mixture rich.
We're going to leave it right here. We're above 3,000 feet.
Okay. Elevator trim. We're
There
in
you
the
go.
takeoff position.
So bring it up just a little bit until that little mark is with the line. There you go.
Okay. And then we're going to do our run up now. So we're going to throttle up to 1700 RPM.
Correct.
And then we're going to do a magneto check.
All right, 1700. All right, 2 clicks to the left. All right, we've got a drop of about 100. 2 clicks to the right, make sure it comes back. All right, 1 click left. 1 click right.
Okay.
Next item on the list.
Carburetor heat check.
All right, go ahead and pull your carburetor heat out. Make sure you have a drop. We got about 100, 150 drop. Okay.
Okay. Engine instruments check.
Alright, so feels good, feels good. Oil temp is still coming up and oil pressure's in the green.
Okay. Ammeter check.
We do show a positive charge, but turn off the left side. Turn off the alternator on the red switch, the left side only. We have a discharge. Red light comes on, turn it on. Red light extinguishes, and the amps go positive.
Okay. Our suction gauge is showing we have 5 psi
in
of
the green.
suction. And then our radios are set to 122.8
That's
to our
it.
local station.
Yep.
Transponder altimeter.
Altitude and 1200.
Altitude.
Correct.
Strobe lights.
Stand by. Back up.
Landing light.
Stand by. Back up. You gotta back up. You missed a step.
Oh.
Go to step 9. Don't put the throttle to 1,000. Put the throttle to 2,000. We have to set the mixture.
2,000.
2,000.
Okay.
And go ahead and lock it. Alright, now take your mixture and turn it counterclockwise. Just turn it counterclockwise. It's a vernier. Okay, so just keep turning it counterclockwise, and you're going to see it start to drop off. Keep going. There you go. Now to the right. Keep going to the right. We're going to peak it out. Keep going. Keep going until it peaks. Keep going. You keep turning until it peaks. Keep going. Alright, now 2 big turns to the right. 1, 2, we're running on the ridge side of peak lean.
Okay.
Alright, now we can bring that all the way back to idle. You probably need to loosen the nut on that. There you go. Bring it all the way back. Just make sure that it doesn't die. Bring it all the way back to idle.
All the way to idle.
Alright, it's good. Now to a high idle of 1,000. Alright, next item.
Okay, so throttle friction, lock adjust.
Done.
Okay. And then radio set.
And transponder, we did those.
Altimeter. Strobe lights. As
Don't have.
Landing light.
We're
as
not
desired.
using.
Normal takeoff. Flaps 0 to 10.
Flaps 0.
Okay. Carburetor heat is cold.
Is cold.
Throttle.
And on the runway, we'll go with full throttle.
Hit 50 knots and rotate.
And climb out at 65 to 67.
Okay.
Alright, so I'll stow that.
Okay.
We do have one other thing that we have to do. We have to do a takeoff briefing. Basically, this is what it's going to be, is if we have an engine failure on takeoff, we're going to land on any remaining runway. If no runway remains, we're going to land generally straight ahead.
Okay.
And make sure you brief that before every takeoff. And now, let me know when you have the flight controls.
I have the flight controls.
Alright, let's taxi over to 18. Alpha 1 over here to the left. We are clear right and clear left.
Apple Valley traffic, Sheriff 40 King 6, that's south ramp. Going to be taking taxiway 18, south departure, Apple Valley.
Alright, go ahead and keep pulling up to the hold short line, then we'll check for traffic. And we're going to go out to the south. We'll go up to 5,000 feet temporarily. So we're going to hold short right here. Go ahead. Brakes. All right. Runway is clear. Got the departing helicopter in sight. Crosswind, downwind, base, final, extended final, all clear. Are you ready?
Ready.
All right. I got the radio on this one. So go ahead and just start going out. You might have to tap a little brake because it's starting to go right.
Okay.
Add a little power is going to help you out. Apple Valley traffic, Cessna 477, departing runway 18 straight out to the south. Have the helicopter inside Apple Valley. Alright, try to come out with no brakes if you can. Try to just use your rudder pedals and just enough power to get you out here. So just using your rudder on the bottom part of the pedal.
Okay.
Oop, on the right, you got to keep it coming around. Alright, straighten it out, down center line. Make sure you're really low on the pedals, really low.
Yeah.
Okay, drop your feet really low on the pedals, full power all the way in with about a 1, 2, 3 count. 1, 2, 3. Should be already full by the 3, so go, go, go. There you go. Yeah, you just don't want to kind of leave it in that middle ground. All right, hold the throttle all the way in. Keep your hand on it. Airspeed is alive. Oil pressure is good. We got rotating speed, so go ahead and pitch it up. Rotate. There you go. Climb out at 65. And that's going to be a pitch moment there, so you're going to pitch up a little bit for 65. Keep pitching up. Pitching up. There you go. So get that climb altitude, 65. Trim if needed. Remember the trim wheel, if you wheel it down, it's bringing the nose up, or basically taking that pressure off of the yoke. Alright, a little right rudder on the climb out. Try to stay coordinated in the climb.
We got 65.
Good. So we're going to do a little quick review as we're climbing out. Once we get away from the airport, we'll review some turns really quick. We'll get to 5,000, and we'll do a few maneuvers higher, and then we'll do some lower maneuvers, and then we'll work our way back to the pattern.
Sounds good. Gonna do our rectangles.
Yeah, we'll do a rectangular course, or at least part of it anyway.
Excited to get back flying again. Seems like a long time.
Good deal. I didn't notice the date, but when was the last time you were up?
It's been like a month and a half, maybe 6 weeks.
Okay. Yeah, because the last time was with Ben in the logbook, so.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go ahead and make a left turn. Keep the climb going. So we're working on the speed as we climb out. So keep that pitch up a little bit. You'll see you have to pitch up a little bit in that turn. Otherwise the nose is going to fall on you. Alright, roll out right there. So lead with that opposite rudder, coming out of that. And right turn. Keeping the climb going. Clear left, clear right. Always clearing the area as we go. Alright, keep the climb going. So keep that pitch attitude, that climb attitude going. 65 knots will keep you there. Keep coming right. And roll out. Alright, we're going to keep right here for now.
Into a pretty nice day considering how it started.
It is good. Alright, 4,500 for 5,000. We'll keep climbing.
it a big difference from the 152 to the 172 on climb for 2 people on board?
Well, the 172 is going to climb a little better. A little bit too if you get the right rudder. See how the rudder's out a little bit? See the ball?
Yeah.
This thing will climb better. You'll get about 500 feet when it's coordinated in the climb. 172 is going to get a little bit better. And then your climb speed is a little higher. So it'll be better.
What's climb speed on the 172?
About 70.
Okay.
It's kind of model dependent, but that's for the ones that we have, that's fine.
Yeah.
Some of the later ones will have 180 horse, so that they'll climb up a little better. Alright, once we get to 5,000, we're going to level out. There we go. Alright, go ahead and level out. And we're going to do a few speed trim exercises while we're here. So what I'd like you to try to do is give me 5,000 feet at 90 knots.
Okay.
So we're going to use a combination of pitch, power, and trim.
Okay.
So keep the aircraft level at 5,000 feet and try to achieve a cruise speed of 90 knots. One thing we do have to be aware of in this aircraft, because of the prop, we got to make sure that we don't go over the max continuous RPM 2440 as it's placarded on there, which really shouldn't be a problem. We're at 2400 right now, so we should be fine. So it may be, kind of think of it as a circle. You may have to go pitch, power, trim.
Yeah.
And then tweak it a little bit more. Pitch, power, trim. Keep in mind, anytime you move the pitch or the power, if you're trying to keep that same parameter or similar to parameter, you're going to need to adjust the trim. Basically, anytime you move either one of those. So it's trying to climb a little bit, so you may need to reduce a little bit of power. And then once you get to that 90, so pitch for the airspeed of 90. And then power is going to help you keep or maintain that altitude or climb or descent rate, whatever you got there. In this case, it's going to be level flight. So just try to keep that the best you can there, 90 at 5,000. I'll let you work with that for a few minutes.
Okay.
And basically you want to have it so if you just lightly let go of the yoke, that it should kind of stay where you put it.
Yeah.
If not, then the trim is off a little bit. So try to get it to take any pressure off the yoke. So it should just be almost like finger and a thumb on the yoke. And just very light pressures on that.
We almost got it.
So just keep working with that. Alright, let's make a right turn. Clear left, clear right. Once again though, trying to hold these same parameters, about 90 knots, 5,000 feet, as we make the turn, and I'll call your rollout here in just a minute. We're going to just try to stay north of Hesperia a little bit. Alright, we're losing a little altitude, so we may have to pull back in that turn. You see that?
Yeah.
Alright, roll out right there. And then when you can, try to realign with those parameters, 90 knots, 5,000 feet. If you need to climb up, see like we lost about 100 feet, so pitch up a little bit, add the power, get back to that altitude, then we can set it up again to get there. Otherwise it may just take you a while to try to gain that that altitude back. If it was just a small, it's 20 feet or something like that, we can correct that pretty quick. But anything more than that, we pretty much need to get some power up there. Alright, so we're going to have to probably add some power, right? Drop the nose a little bit to keep that 90.
Yeah.
There you go. Constantly scanning for traffic as well, so always looking out left and right, looking for traffic, obstructions, anything. We don't have a lot of high towers in this area, but if you get in the Central Valley, you could have some big antenna towers. In the Midwest and on the East Coast, there's quite a few of those as well. Let's see if we can get 80 knots now at 5,000 feet. So what you may have to do is temporarily reduce some power and bring the pitch up a little bit to get that speed. Try to use the yoke first rather than trying to fly with the trim. There you go. Try and bring that pitch up. You have to reduce a little power though, because otherwise it's going to climb. And basically in that case, you're going to be trading airspeed for altitude in that case. So we've got to get rid of a little bit of power and then set it for the 80 and then just give it just enough power to keep that altitude and then trim it accordingly. Okay. All right, give me a left turn. That left going for just a little bit more. All right, roll out right there. So now we're working on 80 at 5,000 feet. See if you give me 70 at 5,000 feet now. I have to add some power to get rid of that altitude loss and pitch for that airspeed. And then once again, trim it to keep it there. Any questions so far?
No.
All right, just keep working with that.
Yeah, you really can't stop flying, and if you want to do it quick, if you give yourself a break like this, I mean, last time I felt like I had the controls down, and now I feel like it's all foreign to me again.
Yeah, the longer you fly though, I mean, the more hours you get, you know, those breaks can be a little longer. The muscle memory stays a little bit better, but if you don't have that many hours, you know, that it's kind of a lost deal that kind of fades pretty quick.
Yeah.
All right, let's descend down to 4,500.
Keeping at 70.
And let's try to stay at 70, correct.
Okay.
And once again, we're just constantly scanning for traffic, left and right.
Okay, we're at 4,500.
All right.
Doing about 80 knots.
Full valley updated.
All right, we're going to keep this approximate heading right here.
Caution wind chill.
And let's continue down now to 4,000 feet.
Okay, 4,000.
All right, probably have to add some power to keep it there now. All right, so now what I'm going to have you do is stay at 4,000 feet, about 75 knots, and we're going to get set up for a rectangular course.
4,000 feet, 70 knots.
Let's go 75. So you might have to pitch up because of the altitude loss. You might have to pitch up, add some power. Let's make a left turn though. Make a left turn, clear left, clear right. And roll out right there. Can you see the road down here to the right? If you can't, let's roll it out a little bit to the left. You should be able to see the road just above the windowsill here. At 4,000 feet, 75 knots. You see that there?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to track that road. Now, depending on where the wind is going, or where the wind is pushing us rather, we may have to crab one way or another. We don't want too much crab, but we don't really want to crab with rudder. We want to try to crab that with a heading change.
Okay.
So see how the rudder's way out right now if you look at the ball? So drop your nose a little bit. We got to get that 75. Maybe add a little power. Just kind of work with all those parameters. All right, here's Bear Valley Road coming up. Looking left, looking right. After Bear Valley Road, we're going to make a right turn. We're going to start heading towards the east.
Okay.
So go ahead and start rolling. Right turn. Right turn. Wind's going to be behind us a little bit, so if we don't make that turn, go a little steeper, roll it in 30 degrees. There we go. See that?
Yeah.
It's like what we were talking about in the classroom, or in midfield. Keep coming around to the right. Keep coming. You're going to have to turn further than what you think because see how we're getting blown away from the road. Keep turning right. Keep turning right. Remember where your wind's coming from. Your wind's coming out of the south. Keep turning right. See how we're getting pushed away from that road?
Yeah.
And you got to keep an eye on altitude. So we have a couple parameters there. We have altitude and airspeed inside. We have power setting inside. We gotta watch that altitude though. We gotta keep that at 4,000 feet. So we're gonna have to drop down. There you go. And then we're trying to keep the outside ground reference, working with the wind, keeping those crab angles proportionate to what the wind direction or the wind push is, or the drift. So we're working with that. And we're also looking outside for traffic, terrain, obstructions. See how we're getting pushed again?
Yeah.
So we need to turn just enough to the right to get rid of that, crab. There we go. So try to keep all those parameters. We're gonna have to drop down a little bit. Clear left, clear right, right turn. We're gonna follow this road right here. So make that right turn. 30 degrees of bank. Roll it in, coordinate it. So we gotta get that rudder in there. There you go, keep coming around. And roll out. So divide your attention between inside and outside. So outside to the road, outside for terrain and obstructions, traffic.
Inside altitude and
just
speed.
Inside, yeah. Engine parameters, altitude, airspeed, and you should be mainly outside on this. And just really small adjustments. See, like you're probably gonna have to add some power. See how it's sinking out? So you have to add a little power to get rid of that sink. And then come right just a little bit. See how the wind is drifting us away from that road?
Yeah.
We're going to have to crab into the road a little bit. Do that with a heading change, though, not just with a rudder application.
Okay. Can we keep it turned? Because I could barely see the road right now.
Okay. That should work then. All right, after this road here, we're going to make a right turn. We're going to follow this road to the west.
Okay.
Trying to keep that equal distance. You probably have to roll out right there. See, if not, you're going to get pushed into the road because the wind's coming out of the south.
Yeah.
And it's going to push us into the road, so we'll have to aim away from the road a little bit. So work with that. Alright, so you're going to have to roll away from it. So use a little aileron and roll away a little bit. And then we'll establish a new crab angle once we get that proper distance.
Okay.
There you go.
we did, and like holding my altitude steady and stuff, because it helps me so much.
Yeah, it's good trim exercises, but also just trying to look inside, outside. All right, right turn. And yeah, trying to combine all that is good. Left and right. Keep that right turn going. We're going to follow this road towards the north, and then we're going to work our way back to the airport.
Okay.
And roll out right there. All right, try to follow this road right here.
I'm gonna
Can't see it. Roll out a little bit,
Yeah.
and then just get your proper crab angle. And it's descending a little bit, so what do we have to do to fix that?
throttle.
There you go. You're going to have to add a little power. And if it starts getting really low, you may just have to just add full power and get back up to that altitude and start over with that.
Okay. On the check ride, they give you plus or minus 200.
100 feet, that's it.
Oh, 100. Wow.
Yep.
Hopefully by then I got it down.
Alright, we're good. We're going to end that exercise right there. Give me a right turn. We're going to head out that direction to work in getting on a 45. So we want to come up to 4,000 feet though. So make sure we're at 4,000. That's going to be our TPA, traffic pattern altitude. So we'll get up to that. And that's good right now for heading. So do you have the airport in sight?
Yes.
Good. Always a good idea to keep your situational awareness of where you're at in relation to the field, or like on a cross country to checkpoints or destination airports, etc. Alright, come right a little more. We're going to head out that way.
Okay.
What we're doing is we're setting ourselves up to come in on a 45-degree entry to the downwind for 1/8. Light traffic, Cessna 477, 4 to the southeast, inbound 45, left traffic 18, Apple Valley. Alright, start making a left turn, staying at 4,000.
Good afternoon. This is Apple Valley Automated Advisory. Wind 190 at 1620, altimeter 2999.
And roll out right there.
Over runway 18, pilot discretion.
Unicom information for advisory.
Alright, staying at 4,000.
For further services, click your mic 3 times for an advisory, 4 times for radio check.
Keep working on those parameters, 4,000 feet, and we're going to keep our direction right now to keep heading in on a 45-degree entry to the downwind. scanning for traffic. We're descending a little bit, so make sure we correct that. We'll get back up a little bit. Alright, start making a right turn, and we're going to enter the downwind.
By traffic, Cessna 477, left downwind to 18 at Apple Valley.
And roll out right there, wings level. And we're going to try to keep that same distance that we had when we did the roads back there. We're going to try to keep that same distance and keep a parallel ground track to the runway. Okay. So go left a little bit. Go left a little bit because we are getting pushed to the right, to the east a little bit. So we want to try to keep that. Alright, we're coming up on our setup point. So we're going to set up for landing. So go ahead and pull the carburetor heat out. Okay. Power to 1500. Left a little bit. There you go. Oh, left a little more. Flaps 20. We're in flap range. And now we're going to pitch trim for 60 knots. Alright, left turn.
By traffic, Cessna 477, left base, 18 Apple Valley.
Alright, keep 60 all the way through. Lighten up your grip on the yoke a little bit. Should just be easy to just hold it just loosely, especially if you got it trimmed correctly. Keep turning left a little more. And roll out right there. Roll out. All we're doing is correcting for wind drift, just like we were doing back there with the rectangular course. Alright, left turn for final. Add a little power, keep it 60 all the way in. Make sure your feet are low on the pedals, roll out. Go ahead and roll out. We got a crosswind, so we're going to roll out a little early. Keep it 60 all the way in.
By traffic, Cessna 477, final 18, touch and go, Apple Valley.
Alright, keep 60 though, so just work the pitch a little bit to work that. You might have to add a touch of power because of the sink right here, just a little bit though, just everything's going to be really small. Keep that nose down a little bit. Yeah, we don't want to flare or anything too early yet. We're looking good right here. Alright, so now we need to start thinking about straightening out the airplane. So we want to go left rudder, make sure your feet are low on the pedals, little right aileron for the wind drift. Slowly start pulling the power back. Just slowly keep pulling it back. Keep pulling it back. Look way down the end of the runway. We're just keeping it straight with the rudder as far as the nose. We're keeping the left and right with the aileron. We're correcting any drift. You see how it started drifting? So we just work with it. Pull, 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 pull lightly. And we're going to hold it off right there. And aileron's going to go full to the right because we do have a right crosswind. Just like that. Alright, keep it straight with your feet. Clean it up. Carburetor heat. Flaps up. Full power. Keep it straight with your feet. Small amounts. Slowly getting ready your aileron. Just about the time when you're ready to rotate, aileron should be level. We pick it up. And there we go. That's proper crosswind technique on that. Climb out now, 65.
Apple traffic, Cessna 477's on the go, 18, left close traffic, Apple Valley.
Alright, right rudder on the climb out. Remember, we need that because we have P factor. So we're compensating for that P factor with the right rudder. Making it coordinated as we come out. Let's roll it over a little bit. There we go. We're going to go up to 30 600 feet, then we're going to make a left turn, and that will be crosswind. Any questions so far?
No.
Apple Valley, updated advisory. Wind now variable from 160 through 190 at 5 feet 1.
3,600 and we're gonna hit our left turn.
Left turn. Clear left, clear right. Always clear the area. Little right rudder. You might need a little right rudder in that left climbing turn. And roll out right there. Take a look left, take a look right. Nobody coming in on the 45. Left turn. And this will be downwind for 18. Have light traffic, Cessna 477, left downwind 18, Apple Valley. Set it up. Carburetor heat. Power 1500. Alright, we're in flap range, so flaps 20. And left turn. Clear left, clear right. Drop your nose though, keep 60 all the way in. Drop your nose. Keep that left turn going. Just enough to correct the drift, roll out right there. There you go. Headlight traffic, Cessna 477, left base 18, touch and go, Apple Valley. Don't turn yet. Keep that nose down a little bit and left turn. I have to add a little bit of power, maybe a couple hundred RPM. Thank you. Reduce a little bit. Alright, we're just keeping our speed all the way down. Now we're going to work on starting to straighten it out. So left rudder is going to bring the nose to the left. Aileron is going to bring the drift under control by just a little bit. So a little less left rudder, just a little bit. Keep even pressure on both. It'll help you just make small movements. Any kind of movement we get like that, we're just going to make small changes. So start pulling back a little bit. Hold it off, hold it off, hold it off, hold it off, hold it off. We're just going to keep that yoke back a little bit. Keep a little bit of back pressure on there very lightly. Keeping it straight with your feet. Alright, carburetor heat in. Flaps up. Full power all the way in. 1, 2, 3. Right rudder. There you go. Little right aileron. Then start to get rid of it. Now pick it up. Have traffic 477 is on the go. 18 left close traffic Apple Valley.
36.
Alright, left turn and we'll continue the climb to 4,000. And roll out. Clear left, clear right, left turn. And roll out. Have traffic Cessna 477 is left downwind to 18 Apple Valley. Let's level out there, drop your nose a little bit. You can bring back a little power if you want. And now we can start setting up. Carburetor heat. Power 15. Laps 20. Alright, left turn. Keep it 60 all the way through, so don't pull back too much, only enough just to keep that speed and to prevent the nose from dropping off in the turn is all we're really trying to do, just a little bit of back pressure. Keep that turn going, about 30-degree bank, a little steeper, there you go. That's what we were talking about earlier, and roll out. Alright, base final all clear there. Alright, left turn. And roll out. Have traffic Cessna 477 is final 18 touch and go, Apple Valley.
Apple Valley, automated Unicom. Click your mic 3 times for an advisory, 4 times for radio check.
Unicom information for advisory purposes only.
Alright, drop your nose a little bit. Now we can slowly start getting rid of the power. Look way down the end. We kept the power a little longer because we were getting a little slow. Pull back a little bit, pull back. Hold it. See, if we pull back too much, it starts ballooning up, so we're finding that happy balance. Just enough. You see that?
Yeah.
So if we pull back too much, it's going to launch back up. If we don't pull back enough, it's going to hit kind of hard. Alright, let's do one more. Carburetor heat in. Flaps up. Full power. All the way in. Keep it straight with your feet, small amounts, just kind of tap back and forth a little bit. Nothing drastic. Alright, we got our 50, we can rotate. And we're climbing out. Drop your nose now for 65. Yeah, drop your nose down a little bit. There you go. Have traffic 477 is on the go, 18 left closed traffic, Apple Valley.
Seems like you could predict that the airspeed was going to drop before it dropped.
I'm looking outside, and I'm just using just a visual reference.
Yeah, I know, but
the airspeed's delayed.
yeah, that's cool.
So what you want to get is you want to try to develop that sight picture.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, of what 65 kind of looks like on a climb out.
Yeah.
And then that'll help you, because then if you didn't have an airspeed indicator, if it died, you sucked a bug or something like that, you'd be able to manage that at least within a pretty close parameter. And be able to come back around and land.
Because when you said drop the nose, my airspeed was at 65, and I started dropping the nose down, and then by the time my nose came down, my airspeed dropped below 60.
Yeah.
Below 60, actually.
Yeah. It is kind of delayed. All right, coming up on 3,600 feet. Clear left, clear right.
Okay guys, thanks for watching this video. Unfortunately, this is where my camera's battery died, so this is all I got for you. If you like this, please give me a like, and if you'd like to see more of this, don't forget to subscribe.
All right, roll out. Looking left, looking right, left turn.
I'm going to be filming every flight after this, and hopefully my videos keep getting better. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye.
And roll out.